Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. The topic today is about open economy, the basic concept. I explain things based on some important questions regarding the topic. The coverage will be three things. First is the concept of net export and capital flow. Second, there will be talks about market for loanable funds, but now in the context of an open economy. And lastly, we'll be talking about the price in an open trade, the exchange rate. My first presentation will be until the first two topics, while the last topic about the exchange rates will be presented in my second presentation. Okay, let's start with the first one, the basic definitions. To answer the first question, I would like to show you this familiar equation. Export minus import equals to net export. The emphasis is on goods and services. Export and import are about purchase of goods and services in an open economy. That is why it is measured in GDP. How about capital inflow, capital flow? It is about flow of funds to finance investment, the I. Purchase of foreign assets are capital outflow, whereas purchase of domestic assets are capital inflow. The difference, if positive, is called net capital outflow, meaning that more capital outflow than inflow. If negative, it is called net capital inflow, since capital inflow is now more than capital outflow. Capital flow is just a flow of funds to finance investment or the purchase of capital goods, as I said. No direct purchase of goods or services in the economy. Therefore, they are not included in the GDP. I show you again this. To easily remember outflows and inflow of the capital, the keywords are of course out and into. When the funds are flowing out of the economy, we have capital outflow. On contrary, when the funds are flowing in, we have capital inflow. So, if there are more foreign assets purchased, as asked in question 4, we're gonna get the assets and in returns we flow funds out of the economy. What is it? Clear, it is a capital outflow. The increase will add to the net capital outflow. Next, we notice from the previous slide that investment is different to capital flow. Capital flow is the fund to finance I, the physical investment, not the investment itself. Then, what kind of investment is financed using the flow of capital funds? If the funds are allocated directly to buy capital goods, the investment is called foreign direct investment. For instance, firms may build new factory, open new branch, new office, or new outlet abroad. And in return, the fund will then go to the destination country. On the other hand, capital funds may flow in or out of a country, but the use of funds is not directed by the funders. This is what we call as portfolio investment. Funders in this case just buy companies or country securities, but the investment or the purchase of capital goods are made by the companies or countries. How about questions number 6? What do you think? We will soon talk the identity equation stating that net export is always equal to net capital outflow. But we will see also that capital outflow has no one-to-one correlation with country's import. Here's the identity equation. Why is it equal and always equals? The illustration here may let you know why. Suppose you sell tens of t-shirts online to the US citizens in US dollar. Sales of the t-shirts give you $400. How the transaction will be recorded in our country's trade balance? Yes, it will be recorded as an increase in export by $400. The question then is, what will you do with the money? Here you hold foreign currency. The first possibility is you keep the dollar. Since the dollar is a foreign currency, hence a foreign asset, the holding of dollar is like borrowing funds to US country or US government. Therefore, the funds are flowing out of a country, the capital outflow. And at the end, net export increase is accompanied with the increase in net capital outflow. So it is evident that net export is equal to net capital outflow. The second possibility is you may use the dollar to buy US company security, say Apple stock. It is clearly a purchase of foreign assets, a capital outflow. Then, just like the first case, next export increase is accompanied with the increase in net capital outflow. Net export again is equal to net capital outflow. The third possibility is you may use the dollar to buy US companies' products such as Xbox online. It has nothing to do with the net capital outflow. Here, import increases, and then export and import will cancel out each other. Leave the net export constant and no change in net capital outflow either. At the end, net export is again evident equals to net capital outflow. Now we have these questions. Remember, market for loanable funds. In an open economy, we include net export in our calculation of GDP. That is why our equilibrium is no longer saving equals investment. It is saving equals to investment plus net export. And then, since lastly we have the identity net export equals to net capital outflow, saving is now expressed as summation of investment and net capital outflow. If I move the net capital outflow to the right, the equation will look like this. Saving minus net capital outflow equals to investment. Meaning that to finance domestic investment or I, investors may use domestic fund, that is S, domestic saving, or use foreign funds. When they use foreign funds, funds are flowing into our economy. There is capital inflow. The negative sign of the net capital outflow indicates the opposites of net capital outflow, the net capital inflow. This situation occurs when saving is less than investment or domestic funds are not enough to finance investment. What if saving is bigger than the investment? Well, we now have excess funds in our economy. The funds that are not absorbed domestically will go abroad. People buy more foreign assets, resulting in more capital outflow. Now, how to answer the first questions? When real interest rate increases, what's going to happen? Look at the equation again. Interest rate is an incentive to save. It attracts both domestic savers as and foreign saver, which results in more capital inflow. So, higher interest rate will increase saving and capital inflow. More capital inflow means less net capital outflow. On the other hand, for investors, interest rate is cost of borrowing. It is a disincentive to invest. So higher interest rate means higher cost of borrowing, reducing level of investment. Does NCO only measure the purchase of assets by business or also debt by consumer or individuals? Of course no. Net capital outflow will change no matter who purchased the assets. Answering the third question is just a matter of adjusting the national income equation. In an open economy, national income is expressed by this equation. Moving the spending CIG to the left, the equations become when NX is positive, the left side equation is positive. Therefore, Y is bigger than spending. We may rearrange this inequality so that we have this. What is this? Right, the left side is saving. So when Y is bigger than the spending, saving will be bigger than investment. Okay, I stop here. Hope you understand all the concepts. Thank you for your attention, and please watch the next presentation of mine about the remaining topic of the open economy basic concept that has not been explained in this presentation. So see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.